beautiful. Today I wanted to share a tool that I found really helpful for women to tune into more of their creative power, abundant health. And this tool has been very beneficial to many women. And one of the main reasons is because it touches on your body, and it touches on very basic points about energy work and about the feminine that are just basic knowledge that we don't talk about a lot. So this tool is called Golden Honey Pot. Ta-da! And it is it's a very sensual and sexual experience for women. So I wanted to back up before I share this tool and just talk about the basics. If this tool just really is not for you, then you might find the information about why it's a helpful tool to be something that you can incorporate into your own life. So the basics, okay? When we are breathing deeply, when we take a deep inhale and a deep exhale, we are literally triggering nerve endings on our spine that tell our brain to relax and feel good and slow down. And by doing this, we're actually inviting more room and more space in our bodies for our spirit to be in, okay? And when we are breathing more shallowly, or we're holding our breath, which we tend to do a lot when we're stressed, we are sending messages to our brain to freak out, to stress out, and it really brings the spirit out, and it really brings our energy up and out of our body, okay? So that's just basic. One of the best ways to tune into yourself and to feed yourself is to set time to just deep breathe. This is why yoga can be so great for women especially, is because it's very grounding and it invites you in to breathe. And this can be really helpful for women and tuning into our creative power, abundant health, okay? The second thing is meditation, and one of the things that, if you've worked with me before, that we do is by meditating, we're tuning into our breath, and we're also tuning into the energies of the universe. So we're connecting to the earth, we're bringing up energy from the earth. We're connecting with our spirit, we're connecting with light energy, with pure positive energy. And by doing that and bringing those in, we are connecting to ourselves and connecting to our chi. So that's step 2, learning to meditate, sitting with yourself, setting the timer, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. This is a way to feed yourself as a woman, as a man, right? Okay, now I'm going to take it a bit further, and I'm going to talk about the Golden Honey Pot exercise. So this is obviously only if you're comfortable with it. Like, do not do what I say, only if it resonates with you. So, self-pleasure as a woman is a very important tool for preservation, for integrity, for tuning into our abundance, for being successful as women, okay? And if we are under a ton of stress, we are gonna notice our libido and our drive for sex to go way down. And if we're less stressed, we're gonna notice our drive for sex to go way up. So there's a way to kind of come around that. So if you just lead a stressful life, as most of us do, maybe you're a mom, maybe you have a really high stress job, maybe you have a partner that stresses you out, okay? This is important for you to understand, is that by nature of a sexual union with another, the woman energetically receives energy from that experience. So they're receiving energy from their partner, okay? And the man gives energy. They have a release. And yes, women in general, when they orgasm, they have a release as well, but there's also a receptive mode, okay? And so you want to be specific about who you're sharing this union with, who you're receiving energy from, right? In general in your life, but when you're having sex especially. And so this is why it's helpful as women to create some space, even if you're in partnership, create some space in your life to just tap in and receive energy from the earth instead of a partner. And many people will say, or have this idea, that if women are pleasing themselves, there's going to be no place for a man. And that's absolutely untrue. Women that please themselves more are less stressed, and their libido actually goes up. And so they're really going to want to be in union with somebody, and they're going to want to they're going to want to have more sex with their partner. And one of the things that, I've been a childbirth educator for over 10 years and a doula. And one of the things I talk about is when women have space for themselves and space for their sensuality, they are more sensual beings, and they're going to be turned on by their partner more because they're going to be actually in their bodies. I can't tell you how many women are just running around, rushing around, and they don't even have a minute to really tune into their physical body. This is especially true as parents, right? Okay, so all that being said, the golden honey pot is this activity that you can use. It's a tool that you can use to really bring the energy back to yourself, and so that you have more space for others, so that you have more of your own fulfillment. Let the cup overflow. I mean, I really think of this in terms of women. Have you ever heard the term, your creative juices are flowing? That's talking about women. That's talking about your own creative juices, because when you ovulate mid-cycle, you have more lubrication, you are more sensual, you're probably going to be more sexual, and it's literally your creative juices are flowing. But I have something to tell you. You can tap into these creative juices anytime you want. And so this honey pot, let's talk about this tool, the honey pot, okay? So breath, meditation, and tuning into those energies of your chi and your flow, okay? Those are going to be helpful for you when you are pleasing yourself, however you please yourself, right? And for women, we know that for many women, it takes up to 20 minutes to have an orgasm, okay? And that's not true for all women. And it's going to be a little bit less true if you go into that experience less stressed, okay? So if you're already tuned into your breath, if you're already a little bit more relaxed, then you're going to probably orgasm a little bit sooner. But by the simple fact that it takes many women 20 minutes or a little bit more to orgasm, it tells you that it takes some time, and it's actually a great time for self-care and for being in a meditative space. So use that to your advantage. Set time for yourself to get into this meditative space, okay? And when you're doing this, it's important for you to do it however you like to do it. There's many different ways to do this, right? And no one is telling you how to do this. I'm just offering a tool that I found helpful, and I share with other women that they find helpful to tune into more of your creative power, abundant health through orgasm, okay? So the honey pot. You have a honey pot. It's down here. And the honey pot is your whole womb space, your whole pelvic bowl. And when you are pleasing yourself, to literally think of receiving energy from the earth, okay? And however you fantasize, whatever you think about during the time where you're actually like tuning into your sensual self is great and fine. As you get closer to orgasm, it becomes more vital as an energetic purpose to bring yourself back into the body, and to notice if you're holding your breath, if you're breathing deeply, if you're noticing the flow of energy as you're getting closer to orgasm. And a simple way to kind of bring yourself back and to tune into yourself is to just simply say your full name. And this is just a very basic tool for coming back into the body. You can use it anytime for anything, but when you're coming closer to having an orgasm, you want to bring your energy back and you want to feed yourself. So we talked about, when you're with a partner, you're getting energy from them. That's great. That's wonderful. When you're alone, you're getting energy from the earth, from Mama Earth. And this is very vital as women to just self-preservation, okay? And when you get closer to orgasm, you're literally thinking about this beautiful honey pot filling up with gold. And when you are in that place of climax, after you've said your name, you're focusing on self. Maybe you were fantasizing earlier, but now you're focusing on self and receiving from the earth. When you are literally pulsating and bringing that energy up into your being, you're bringing up this golden energy, and it's filling up this beautiful honey pot of your womb space and your yoni. And as you pulsate, just imagine that golden energy just moving up through your heart, up through your throat, up through your third eye, up through your crown, and then coming back down and around. And this is really an activity that's you're going to notice huge changes, okay? You're going to notice way more abundance, way more creativity, feeling more powerful, feeling more sexual as a being. Maybe you're going to want more sex from your partner. And just feeling more healthy. This is your body. This is your temple. Enjoy it. Really come into your body and notice if you feel any shame. Do some journaling about shame. And obviously this is not for everybody, and so if it doesn't ring true for you or if it doesn't work for you, please release it and just let it go. But I wanted to share it because sex for women has been a topic that's been really taboo and not talked about enough. So I'd love to hear your comments as women. I'd love to hear if this works for you. I would love to hear about it, and I want you to share this video with a woman who you think it might be helpful for. So my name is Abigail Barella. I didn't introduce myself, and if you're wanting to work with me and learn more about just, I don't talk about sex all the time, but we talk about women's sexuality because it's a part of our health, and we do intuitive healing, and we utilize astrology, and I do coaching packages. So check out my website, abigailbarella.com, and I just really, I'm feeling the love, so I just wanted to share it, and I wanted to share this tool. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye. Mwah.